Hello, good evening.
Hello. Hi, good evening.
Yes,
Can you hear me clearly?
you.
Okay, I'm very sorry because I have runny nose. I think I caught a cold. Okay, sorry for my voice anyway.
Yes,
Now, how are you today?
Fine. It's a good day.
Okay, I'm really glad that you have successfully made a request and it was approved that you can have TOEIC for every Thursday, and you can have your NI.
Yes.
Yeah,
I have
am I right?
already received
Okay.
the TOEIC book. Unit 1.
Okay, the Unit 1 contract. So we can continue with our NI lessons in every Tuesday, right? Yes. Okay. So that is good. Now, are you ready for the class today? Yes. Okay. So your lesson would be in the Unit 1 of the TOEIC vocabulary. Okay. So you will be learning words related to the topic contract. Okay. So in here, I have here some there is an audio, okay, that would be directing you to some of the words, okay, that are used in sentences. But first, let us have our word bank here. Okay, so let us just test what is your knowledge about our words here. Okay. Okay, so in here, we will, if you can see, we have here Unit 1 contract. Okay, you can click that one.
This one is here.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, yes.
And you will be, yes. Okay, so you can be directed into the flashcards of our Business English Unit 1 contract. Okay, so you can see here which words has, you can see here which words has the Chinese meaning, okay, of the English words that we have. Okay, so first I want you to tell me which, or can you complete the following incomplete words in this part?
So the Chinese column is right for me.
So this Chinese column, okay, so it is a guide for you to know which word should be in this blanks here. Okay, so which it will be your guide in answering this activity. Okay, so let's start with the first one. Okay, so the first one is okay, so the first one, abide by. Okay, so it is the first, or this one is the Chinese meaning of the word abide by. Okay, next one is agreement. Okay, so this one, it will be the Chinese meaning of those words here. Okay, so we have also here
assurance.
The next one, assurance. Next,
consolation.
Cancellation.
Determine.
What will be the next one? determine. Okay, so this would be the Chinese meaning. Next is
engage.
Engage. Okay, so
establish.
Next is establish.
Obligate.
How about the next one?
And
Obligate.
party.
Okay, next one will be the party.
And, provision.
Okay, next one would be provision.
Resolve.
Next, resolve. And
specific.
okay, so the next one is specific. Okay, so I have here a flash card. I don't know if you can click it. Okay, but I will just put the Chinese meaning of each of those words that we have. Okay. Okay, so I will
遵守信守 abide.
Okay, so this one is okay, so this one will be the Chinese
协定一致
meaning.
at. M 自信
So I will
保证
just base
A
Chinese meanings of these words. Okay, so you can have your
M
references.
删除取
You
消
were
C
not
称
able to open. Since you were not able to open the
Yes.
flashcard, right?
V 决定 D
Yes. Okay. So I will just put the next.
V 从事订婚 E V 建立 H V 实有义务 OT
Okay, so I will just put the meaning for you to be able to. Sorry.
M 党态
sorry.
PY
For you to be able to be guided when it comes to understanding the meanings
M
of
规定
those
条款
words.
P 人
Okay. Okay, so pardon if you can hear some English, Chinese
V 解
audio
决解
as the
答消
feedback.
除 R E
Okay, and
At
the
特
last
定的
one
S C
will be this one. Okay, so we have here the words abide by, agreement, assurance, cancellation, determine, and engage, establish, obligate, party, provision, resolve, and specific.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so this time, since we have been presented with these words here, let us continue with the meanings of those words and how are they being used in the following sentences. Okay, so let's have first number 1. Okay, so I will let you read each of the numbers below. Let's
Okay.
start with number 1. Can you read?
A. The two parties agree. The two parties agree to abide by the judge's decision.
Mm-hmm. Okay, how about
For
letter
years,
B?
he has abided by the commitment to annual employee raise.
Okay, so this word is annual. Okay,
Annual.
again. Annual.
Annual.
Okay, annual. Okay, let me put the meaning. Oh, the pronunciation
Annual.
of the word annual. Yes. Okay, that's correct. Okay. Okay, so we say annual, that would be, oh, sorry, once a year or every year. Okay, so we have here the word abide by. Okay, so when we say abide by, that means to follow, okay, or to complete the requirements. Okay, so or agree with it. Okay, so abide by, other word for that is to agree. Okay, so we have the two parties agree to abide by the judge's decision, and B, for years he has abided by the commitment to annual employee raise. Okay, so do you have any questions with the word abide by?
Abide by. Abide by is the abide by is usually used for which situation?
Abide by usually is used in the words or terms that are related to contract or to laws. Okay, so for example, I will abide or follow. Okay,
Agree
it's
and follow.
agree or follow. Okay, I will abide by the rules of the committee. Okay, that means you will follow the rules of the committee.
Okay.
Okay, so what else? Do you have any questions with the word abide by? No questions. So usually it is used in the words that are related to contracts, agreement, or laws. Okay, so how about you? Can you give me an example sentence with the word abide by?
I have to abide by the school policy when I am a student.
School policy when I was a student, right? Before. Very good. So I have to abide by the school policy when I was a student. So very good. So you have your word abide by there. Okay. Now let's move on to number 2. Okay. Can you read what is agreement?
Agreement. The landlord and the tenant were in agreement that the rent should be prorated to the middle of the month.
How about the next
According
one?
to the agreement, the carrier will also supply the flowers for the event.
Okay, and how about letters?
After a long period of discussion, we finally got an agreement.
Okay, very good. So, thank you for reading the following example sentences. When we say agreement, it is a mutual arrangement, a contract. Okay, so it is between two parties. 3 parties, but usually 2. Okay, so they agreed with something. For example, you and I will agree that we will have classes every Tuesday and Thursday, 9 p.m. Okay, so it's like we were having a contract that no matter what happens, we will have you and I knows, okay, we have agreed that we will be having classes at 9 p.m. every Tuesday and Thursday. Okay, next is a contract. Okay, so it's like agreeing with each other about certain policies, or maybe things that you want the both of you to follow. Okay, like for example, we will agree that every end of the year we will pay this kind of amount. Okay, so that is also an agreement. Okay.
So the agreement, it means some rule or some policy detail of the contract.
Okay, so yes, that agreement is, that's why it is in a contract. Okay, so agreement is being a part of a contract, or it is a part of a contract. So a contract will not be a contract without the terms of agreement written to it. Okay.
So so the agreement like country, like country with country have some agreement, like
economic agreements, right? Yes. Okay, so agreements are not only close to contracts but also mutual agreement. Okay, so like they will be having some things that they agree on or they agreed upon, like between economy. Okay, so between two countries or countries, there could be economic agreements. Okay, they should not exceed with this certain produce.
So if
or
I
whatever.
want to rent
Okay.
a house, so I need have a agreement with the house owner, sign the agreement.
Yes. Yes, you will sign an agreement with the owner. Okay, about the terms that you should do. Okay, so that you will be able to like maintain a harmonious relationship with the owner, and so that both of you can benefit. Okay, so that is an agreement. Now, do you still have any questions with
No
our
question.
word agreement? No questions. Okay, so this time, can you give me an example sentence where you can use the word agreement?
When do you know where I can buy agreement paper?
Do you know where I can sign
buy
the agreement?
Buy
Sign,
agreement
right?
template paper.
Okay. Do you know where I can
Yes,
buy? Is that buy? Buy an agreement. Buy an agreement. What do you mean?
It's like by agreement template paper.
Oh, template paper. Oh, sorry. Agreement template
Yes.
paper. Okay, so thank you for that. Now how about number 3? Can you read what assurance is?
Yes.
Assurance.
The sales associate gave his assurance that a missing keyboard would be replaced the next day.
How about letter B and
Her
C?
Her self-insurance made it easy to see why she was in charge of the negotiations, and she, the manager, has self-insurance to lead a team well.
Okay. So, by the way, this word here is negotiation.
Negotiation.
Okay, very good. So we have here assurance, guarantee, or confidence. So the sales associate gave his assurance that the missing keyboard would be replaced next day. Me, her self-assurance made it easy to see why she was in charge of the negotiations. The manager, letter C, has self-assurance to lead a team well. Okay, so there are 2 meanings of the word assurance here. We have self-assurance, which means confidence. That means you are sure of what you are doing, or you're sure about your skills or your abilities. Okay, so that is self-assurance. And you will guarantee, or you are sure that you can do something. Okay, for example, for self-assurance, you can say, Akira has self-assurance that can lead him to be a better leader. Okay, so that means you have confidence that could lead you into being a better leader.
Okay.
Okay. Next is guarantee. Like you will guarantee someone or assure someone something. For example, I will give you, or she gave you an assurance that she will come back tomorrow. Okay, so she guarantees, or she made ways or statements that would make it sure that she will come back tomorrow. Okay, so that is assurance.
Yes.
So do you have any questions with that?
Question.
No questions. So just tell me if you have questions, okay? Or if we are going too fast in the lesson, just tell me, okay? Okay, so but can you understand everything that we are talking about from the number 1?
Number 1, you say?
I mean, can you understand all from number 1 to 3?
Yes, the A, I understand the A means, the sentence A means. And D, make it easy to see. So self very easy to see.
Mm-hmm.
The B is I'm not sure, and the C I understand.
This one. In number 3 or in number 1? Mm-hmm. This one? Letter B? You're not sure with letter B?
Hello?
Oh, hello? Okay. So, you mean you are not
Yes.
sure with letter B? Okay. So, in here, her self-assurance made it easy to see why she was in charge of the negotiations. So, when we say negotiations, this is something that, these are discussions, okay, that you do to agree on something. Okay, so in here, her self-assurance, or that means the confidence, made it easy to see why she was in charge of the negotiations. Okay, so that means
the assurance, the mean like guarantee. The B and the C, the
yes,
assurance like self confidence.
yes. Okay, when you are referring to a person's self-assurance, that means it's confidence. Her here is referring to her, okay? Her confidence, her self-assurance. In here, it is referring to the self-assurance of the manager. So it is referred to the person, but assurance, okay, here is a noun.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so do you have any
No
questions
question.
with that? Okay, now this time, can you give me an example of a sentence that has the word assurance?
Okay. I give you assurance that I will take two museum tickets to you.
That I will give the museum tickets to you, right? Okay. Okay, so I'll give you an assurance. Let us just have this one. I'll give you an assurance that I will give the museum tickets to you. Okay, so that means your guarantee. Okay, there's a guarantee that you'll give it to her. Okay, or to that person. Now let's move on to number 4. Okay, so can you read? What is cancellation?
Cancellation. Annulment and stopping.
Okay, so this word is
annulment.
Okay, so do you know what annulment is?
What it means.
Okay, so let me put the meaning of the word annulment. Let me put the pronunciation first, okay? put it here in the comment section, but just beside the document so you can see. Okay, so annulment is to officially announce. Okay, so it is an announcement, okay, that a contract, for example, a law, a marriage, is no longer existing. Okay, I will just put it here.
Annulment.
Annulment means official announcement that a law, marriage, or contract is no longer existing. Okay, so that is the meaning of the word annulment. Sorry. I'm sorry. I have to mute the mic sometimes because I'm sneezing or I'm wiping my nose.
No problem.
Okay, so anyway, for example, annulment of marriage. Okay, so that means they're no longer married anymore, because it is known, when you got married, it is known to the public, or it is known to the law that you both are married. But if you decide not to get married anymore, like you want to be separated, then annulment is what you call with that announcement. Okay? Okay. So cancellation, annulment is stopping, like stopping the marriage. Okay, stopping the contract. Okay, or stopping the law. Okay, so that is cancellation.
Okay.
Okay? Okay, so do you have any questions with the word cancellation
No
and annulment? No questions. So can you read the following examples of sentences below?
The cancellation of the flight caused her problems for the rest of the week. The cancellation clause appears at the back of the contract. I have to have a cancellation for the holiday since I just got a flu.
Okay, so the first one is the cancellation of flight caused her problems for the rest of the week. Okay, so cancellation, that means the flight will not longer go on. Okay, so it stopped. Next, the cancellation clause appears at the back of the contract. So clause there means it's like the terms. Okay, a written part of the legal document. So that is a clause. Okay, clause there is a written part of a legal document. So the cancellation clause appears at the back contract. Letter C, I have to have a cancellation for the holiday since I just got a flu. Okay, so now can you tell me, do you have any questions with the following sentences that we have?
Hello?
Hello? Okay, so do you have any questions with the sentences that we have?
The flu is like a cold.
Pardon? Flu. Okay. So flu, that is when you will have high temperature. Okay. So it's a cold, okay, that causes fever. Yes. Okay. So is there anything else? Cancellation number 1 or letter A is stopping of the flight, like the flight will not continue anymore. Okay, letter B, the cancellation clause. Okay, so the cancellation, the clause here is a part of a legal document. Okay, which is called cancellation clause. Okay, so it is where you can find legal statements concerning what should be cancelled or stopped. Next, I have to have a cancellation for the holidays since I just got a flu. That means any activities that you will have in the holidays will be cancelled, or it would be stopped or will not continue anymore because of a flu.
Okay.
Okay, so is there any questions of the 3 sentences that we have
No question.
here? No questions. So let's try. Can you give your own example of the word cancellation in a sentence?
Okay. I have to have a cancellation for next class because I have a business trip.
Next class because I have a business trip. This is true. Okay, so I have to have a cancellation for the next class because I have a business trip. Okay, very good. That's a good answer. How about number 5? What is determine?
Determine, to find out, to influence.
Okay, so determine here is to find out, to influence. Okay, so to determine, that means, okay, excuse me. Okay, so determine here, that means to find out or to influence. For when we say determine, let me just put another meaning to that, clearer meaning. Okay, to control or influence. Okay, to find out or make certain facts of the information. Okay, so say determine, that means to find out. Find out, for example, I have to determine what is the cause of my flu. Okay, so I have to find out what is the cause of my flu. Okay, so that is determined there. Next is I want to study hard to determine my own future. Okay, so that means to control or to influence my own future. Okay, so this time can you read the following sentences that we have there?
After reading the contract, I was still unable to determine if our company was liable for bad work. The skill of the union bargainer The skill of the union beginners will determine whether the automobile plant will open next week. Employer determine has bonus this year for the employee.
Okay, so after reading the contract, I was unable to determine if our company was liable for back wages. So determine here means to is that to find out or to influence? Okay, so that is to find out. Letter B, the skill of the union bargainers will determine whether the automotive plant will open next week. Is it to find out or to influence?
Influence.
Okay, so they will influence. So that means their decision, or sorry, their skill, okay, will control or influence whether the automotive part will open next week. So it will be up to them. Next, the employer determined the bonus this year for the employee. So is that to find out or to influence?
Influence.
Okay, so that means they have the control for the bonus this year of the employee. Okay, now this time, can you give me an example of a sentence that has the word determine? Kaulin na si Mamaga.
Hello?
Hello.
I'm
Oh, sorry. Sorry. I don't know if you can hear me or not.
I have not determined to buy which label of cars.
Which label of cars
to buy?
what?
I have not determined to buy.
Or it could be like I have not determined yet which labels of car to buy. Okay, so that means you have not decided yet. Okay, which labels of car would you buy? Now, do you have any questions with the word determine? Okay. Now, this time let us move on to number 6.
You have a heavy cold.
Yes, I have. Actually, it just started last night. I don't know what happened.
So it began last night.
Yeah, last night. Maybe because it was cold last night. Like, we arrived almost 9 p.m. yesterday. And we have arrived at home almost 9 p.m. yesterday, and I was just riding a motorcycle, so the air, I think, is too cold last night, so maybe that's why I caught the cold. Okay, I'm drinking a lot of water actually, so that I can possibly put out all of those mucus out of my nose. Well, anyway, yeah, I'm very sorry if I can disturb you with that.
Don't mind.
Okay.
It's anybody will be called, so you don't mind.
Okay, thank you for that. Okay, so let us proceed to our lesson. Let's have number 6. Okay.
Engage.
Okay, what does it mean?
This word, I think it means involve. Yes.
Okay, so that is participate. Okay. When you say participate, to be or become involved in an activity.
Participate.
Okay. Participate. Sorry. I will just put this one in the comments, so I would not take a lot of space in the document. Okay, so when we say participate, that is a verb which means to become involved in an activity. Okay, for example, I want to participate in the seminar. Okay, so you want to involve yourself there. That is, what you mean by the word participate, which also means engage. So if you want to engage in something, that means you participate in something. Okay, so I want to engage myself in swimming lessons. So that means you want to participate in swimming lessons. You want to be involved in swimming lessons.
So participate. What's different with join?
Join actually is, when we say join, that means to do someone along with people. Okay, to be a member of something. Okay, so join, connect. Yes, join and participate is the same. Okay, so they are pretty much the same. Okay. So participate and join are the same. So do you have any questions? No questions. So this time, let us read or discuss the following sentences that we have below. So can you start with letter A?
Before engaged in business, it is important to do thorough research.
Okay. Next.
He engaged us in a fascinating discussion about current business law. He is very fascinating and a charming man. I am fascinated with reading the novels.
Okay, so that is novels. Okay. Novels are those books, okay, about stories of people, maybe fantasy. Okay, so that is
novels. But what do novels mean?
Okay, let me put the meaning of the word novels. It is a long imaginary. Okay, so a long printed story about imaginary characters and events. So they're usually in the books. Okay, they're usually books. Like a novel about a certain person. Okay, a storybook. Sometimes that is a novel. Okay, so let us discuss the following words that we have sentences. So first, before engaging in a business, it is important to do thorough research. Okay, so
but I see the example sentences C and D have no engaged this vocabulary in there.
Okay, so there are no there are no words, okay, that related in the word engaged,
yes.
Right? Okay. Let me see. Okay, so when we say here, fascinating, okay, fascinating or fascinated here is to be interested, okay, in something, okay, which is also another meaning of the word engaged, okay. So usually when you're fascinated or interested, you are engaged. Okay, engaged to something. For example, I'm fascinated with pink pillows, or I'm fascinated with joining a contest. Okay, so that is in that way you can also engage yourself to something. Okay. So first, let's have letter A. Before engaging in a business, it is important to do thorough research. So before you participate or involve yourself in a business, you need to do research. Next, he engaged us in a fascinating discussion about current business law. Okay, so that means he was able to participate, or he involved us, okay, in an interesting discussion about current business law. He is a very fascinating and charming man. I'm fascinated with reading the novels. Okay, so this time, do you have any questions with the word engage?
Before the engagement this vocabulary, when as I know, he is before married.
Pardon?
Engage.
Oh, yeah. Okay, engaged. That is another meaning to that. Okay, so that's a different meaning to the word. Okay, like being engaged to get married,
like
right?
a preview, like pre-married.
Yeah. So that is also the term to that is also engage or engagement, to be engaged. Okay, but let us note that English words sometimes has multiple meanings. Like one word can have a lot of meanings. Okay, so the engage here that we are using is participate and involve. So engage, when it comes to engagement or marriage, is another thing or another meaning. Okay.
So I need read the engage before and after word to know what you mean.
Yes, okay, so it is also important to really know the context. Let me say context, how it is being used in a sentence, so you can determine the meaning. Okay? Okay, so now I can see that we don't have much time left, right? Okay, so this time, just practice or look for more meanings if there are in the following words. Just remember their meanings and how they're being used in the sentences. Okay? Okay, so thank you very much for having me as your teacher tonight. Let's have the NI on Tuesday.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.